tell you, if you want to commit a crime, come to Reed City, because you never solved the thing.
From the beginning, they botched that scene so bad it was not funny.
It was eerie quiet. I mean, you couldn't hear a sound, and it should have told me that something was up, but you don't think of stuff like that because you couldn't even hear the birds sing, and that should have told you something.
They said that she was found in a storage room back beneath the front door.
This is creepy.
Yeah, I know.
Customers are right through that glass.
And I don't know if there were customers out there at the time.
It was very quiet in the store. There were birds back there, but I don't remember hearing them chirp or anything or peep or make their noises. So I think it was quiet in that room. I remember it still just being a little dark and dreary and quiet.
The stairway was about in the middle of the store. The upstairs, you'd go about halfway back, and if you were walking in from the street, it was on the right-hand side, and you just turned a little corner and went right straight down the stairs.
You can see through all these tanks to the back.
Yes.
I wouldn't think anybody would do anything where they could be seen.
Back here is a lot of place where something could have happened that nobody would have seen, but not heard. I can hear everything that's going on upstairs.
So we can absolutely hear
every footfall.
Off to the left, as you got down the stairs, was like a storage room. There was like a curtain or something there.
My two boys had to go upstairs to go to the bathroom, but then there was nobody downstairs. So my sister-in-law went up the stairs, and then my two boys went with her. So they left me down there by myself. She went up there to find an attendant to help, and I think they actually were wondering. They thought somebody was down there to work, but it took them a little while, I think, to get somebody to come down.
People were walking around asking, where's Janette? They had nobody had seen her since lunch. One of those older ladies that worked there went down into the basement to look for her.
The owner of the store had actually told her, go downstairs and see if she's down there.
And she came running upstairs just white as a ghost.
And she put her head on the desk that we had right by the basement door there. And I thought she was having a heart attack, is what I thought, And then she just pointed to the basement. So then John ran down the basement, and then he come up and he said, close all the doors.
Had he checked to make sure nobody else, the killer wasn't in the store? I mean, it's a pretty big store. I would have been afraid to, I don't know.
And then he came back. He wasn't down there for very long, and he came back up and said, there's nothing we can do for her now.
The police I know they told me, because I think we had to go talk separately or whatever, that they even thought at that time that he could have been in that room and that he probably had just killed her. They thought he could have still been hiding in there, or they just said it was a good thing, like Jan didn't go all the way in there. If he would have been still in there, something that would have been really bad.
I got the phone call the minute I sat down about a possible murder in the basement of Gamble's.
That individual must have been hiding in that dark area there. Or the other room, where you go into the other room. I bet you anything, somebody was hiding in there.
Okay, nobody's seen anybody go downstairs. Nobody's seen anybody come back upstairs. Nobody's seen anybody with a blunt instrument in their hand or anything else. All he would have had to do is take whatever he used, take it upstairs to where the apartment was, wash it off.
What crowbar?
Well, the one that they found.
They found a crowbar. Okay.
Well, that's what supposedly killed her.
Okay, so where did they find the crowbar?
Well, it was on a ledge down there.
There was birds squawking, and she was lying like under these cages. I had to get on my hands and knees to get under them, and it was a young female in kind of a surreal picture that wasn't what I was expecting, especially being given what we were dispatched to. There was blood. Jen, there was a lot of blood.
Dave was there, I mean, because I can still see him sitting on a crate.
Like
and saying, oh my gosh, he said, I just came from Saginaw to get rid of all this stuff like murders, and here I am in my own little store and I got a murder on my head. But how people knew so quickly, because the front of that store, we went and locked the door, John did. There was people out there that you wouldn't believe. How did they know?
You mean they were on the sidewalks looking around? Wow.
It was just something else. I mean, it just seemed like they just all of a sudden flocked.
I remember being down in front of the store, and there was a lady inside standing at the door, and if I remember correctly, I took a picture of her. I believe she was crying, and the door was locked, and we weren't allowed in right away.
The only person who could move through that store randomly without being noticed by anybody, including the employees, not even giving it a thought because he's always there.
When I talked to Detective Pratt, he said, I never saw any of these interviews. He didn't know anything about the blood. He hadn't heard about the blood.
I hadn't neither. I don't think that happened. We would have done something if we had been told that.
If he actually saw blood, why is he waiting for 3 years?
Yeah, that would have been something we'd have caught on right away. If somebody had said, "Hey, he was in here and had blood on his jacket," well, you know what we'd be looking for.
This occurred in a very small town, and it's quite surprising that no one in the town came forward. Somebody had to have known. Small towns are not good at keeping secrets like this generally.
When they solve this, and I'm totally vindicated, somebody is going to be sorry.